How do I know when it's recording?
How's it going? Who am I here with today?
You got Jabril here, the one of the more newer agents here with EXP. Rookie here, about 2 months in, moving into my third. Yeah, and here in Ottawa, Ontario. Glad to be here, man.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, and who am I speaking with?
I'm Xavier. Some may know me as a little bit of a content creator, but I'm doing my license right now, and I
Okay.
think I should be done in about 6 to 5 months. So next year you'll be seeing me
Okay.
in the market.
Okay. Are you excited?
I am. I'm excited. I'm seeing what you're doing. You're making some moves. I want to be like you, man. I heard you had a deal or something.
Yeah.
How's that going?
Still working on it. Yeah, it's first offer in. Working on that right now. Hoping for it to firm up. Wishing for the best to get one under the belt, and yeah, that's generally where the journey really starts, right? It's like once you put the real first brick down, and then you start the path from there. It's like once you're on there, but before that, it feels like you're preparing for the journey, you know. And then once you put that brick down, it's like, yo, journey has begun. So it's exciting to be there. It's exciting to kind of, reap the rewards, so to speak.
I like that.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. So it's year one. I'm grateful as well because like there's if you keep up with social media, you see that like there's situations where like agents they their whole year in their first whole year they don't do like any deals, and it's like that's rough, It's tough to keep motivation if like your first year, there's no inflow, so to speak. So I mean, I'm grateful as well, and yeah.
That's good. I mean, yeah, it seems like you're already going in the right direction. And I mean, have you had any struggles or trials or tribulations yet?
Yeah, there's a lot of struggles, a lot of things that took some time to adjust to. Of course, in the beginning, it was like every agent, it was making calls, making the dials.
Mm.
And I'm sure you've also ran through that problem
Oh
as well.
God, yeah. Tell me
Yeah.
about it.
So it's like crossing that first bridge, It's like making that first dial of the day, even. You still get jitters of it, even at 2 months in, you still kind of get jittery before you put your first dial in, before you
Hmm.
press your first, call. You get that little stomach, and the little butterflies there. But yeah, no, that was one of the first issue was climbing over that wall, being able to make your dials, doing it consistently, day in and day out, not missing a beat. Of course, also there's things that you need to learn on the dial, and there's things that dealing with clients, and there's a whole bunch of hurdles that you deal with in the business. So it's taking on as much problems as you can so that you can learn as quickly as possible. That's been one of my more beneficial methods so far. It's don't shy away from anything and just attack, constantly be on offense.
I like that. That's good. I mean, yeah, I could relate to you as well when you're speaking about the dials. I remember when I started calling, I mean, I used to hope that people wouldn't pick up. I mean, as weird as it sounds, I was like, please don't pick up.
Yeah.
I'd rather not do this, but I mean, now it's starting to get a little bit better.
Mm.
But yeah, it's still nerve-wracking because you don't know what the outcome is, but I
Mm.
mean, if you work hard enough to it,
Mm.
I'm sure you can get past that first step and actually start showing homes.
Oh, for sure, for sure. It's the first hurdle because like the thing is that if you're still kind of afraid of making those early dials, you're gonna be more afraid when you go to interact with the client.
Oh God.
So it's like you have to get over this first hurdle for you to even entertain the thought of the second hurdle, right? Which is actually dealing face to face with clients, because you'll have good moments with clients and you'll have, moments that don't work out so well, You'll have your differences, so to speak, or you'll have, something that you want them to maybe move forward with or maybe pull behind from. And then you can't force them to make the move because you're deep down, you're scared. So you're afraid of being the advice giver that you're supposed to be as a realtor because you're supposed to be giving them advice on their decisions on property. But if you are afraid of making a dial, you're going to be afraid of interacting with the client, which means you'll be afraid of telling them the right advice. and you'll kind of just always sway to the more easier advice, so to speak. But for sure, man, that's it's definitely a wall that you got to get over. And I myself, I'm still struggling with it. You know, I'm still here day in and day out, but it's a fear that you got to fight every day, and I'm fighting it every day for sure.
And when you first started your course, because I'm in my course right now, so I mean, what would be your advice and how was it for you a little bit?
So I started like a little more than a year ago. I think it was like the end of July or early August is when I started, and then I finished this year of August. My biggest advice in terms of completing the course is pass it. So if you're aware of Ontario's education for real estate, you go to these colleges and you take what's normally about a 1 year program, and then during this 1 year program, you would also be supplemented with something called Pass It. So during my time of doing this course, I also was doing Pass It. So you supplement alongside the curriculum. So with Pass It, you just constantly spam that because it tests your memory and it tests your understanding of things. Whereas like the traditional curriculum will just feed you information. They're just constantly like spoon feeding you more knowledge, and Lord knows how much knowledge that they want to feed you, right?
Yeah.
So you take like the knowledge that you get from like the curriculum in the school and you apply it on pass it, and you constantly just combat, like you kind of treat it like PvP. You just grind it out, you
I gotta
know.
fight.
Exactly. You just grind out past it day in and day out. It should be the first thing you look at on your phone and when you wake
Ah,
up, the last thing you look at before you go to bed. Past it is now your wife. It's
oh
like, yo,
man.
this is what you gotta do. Grind that out, and then you honestly should be more than good enough. If you're averaging 80, 85, at least 90 or at least 80, working up to a 90, you should be good to go. So that's my advice to anyone doing or getting preparing to enter the real estate industry.
I like that. That's definitely good advice. I mean, you just went through that, so I'm sure it's very viable advice.
For sure.
And I mean, now as we're doing this first podcast, I guess you're starting to move into the social media game. How's that going?
Yeah, man. I'm standing on the shoulders of giants, like Xavier himself.
Oh, please.
So I got to learn from one of the greatest.
The-
Pleased to be working with one of the greatest. There you go. There you go.
Thank you.
So I'm excited about that. And honestly, there's just so much information because I'm gonna be honest. I did not spend that much time in social media, like growing
Mm.
up or like even like just in general. I just don't use social media, and then it's like kind of realizing you're entering a sphere where it's like common practice, or more it's even like encouraged. You should be using social media. It's like a whole flip, right? And it's like, okay, so now I gotta quickly learn how to do social media. Who would be, the greatest person to look at around here? And you got Xavier over here. Of course, you're not gonna forget Kevin, Boss
That's
Man
true.
Kevin as well. And Dean is also, mass producing content as well.
Yeah.
Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, everywhere, bro. Well, no one's doing Twitter actually.
I'm not doing Twitter.
But I do see, I use Twitter like on my personal, and like I do see actually a few realtors. It's interesting how like when you start using like Apple products, how like I guess like any phone products, but it's like you start looking for stuff somewhere,
Oh
and
yeah.
then all of a sudden you start
Yeah.
seeing it
Yeah.
everywhere. You get that experience?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So it's just me looking up now and getting ads for it everywhere. Now my YouTube ads are like, "Are you looking to buy a home in Ottawa?" It's like, yeah. But yeah, no, it's social media has definitely been a game changer. And I get to learn from a lot of great people part of participating in it. And yeah, I'll look forward to constantly producing more. I hope, you guys, the viewers, get to see my face more often as I get to be more in the game and get to learn from great people, man.
It's good.
How long have you been doing social media?
Oh, I mean, that's a tough question because it's a little bit embarrassing, I'll be honest. I started social media in grade 11 or 12, and I was just posting like dance cringy videos, and I was getting made fun of at school. All my friends, all my classmates were like, is this a joke or is this for real? And I was like, next question.
Yeah,
And
no.
then I deleted everything and I started from scratch. So in grade 12,
Mm-hmm.
about last year when I started the co-op with the Feely team,
Mm-hmm.
I started producing more serious type of content. Also like fun stuff, but you know, I want to go down a certain path of becoming a real estate agent. So I'm starting to tailor some of my content towards that.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe about a year in. I mean, I was posting every day for probably almost a year. I mean, this year is going to be the year, but I would say I still have a lot to learn. I definitely see a lot of great people doing more volume and quality than me.
Mm.
So I'm thinking of getting an editor soon for
No
my
way.
content. I mean, look, I was thinking since I did a co-op, I
Yeah.
was thinking why not go to a high school and see if I can find a student that's willing to do editing for a
Yeah.
co-op. And that will step up my social media game for sure.
Okay. Okay. I mean, like, who do you look up to? Because like all like everybody that posts on social media, they're trying to emulate sort of like either the progress, the prowess, or some sort of feature from someone else on social media. What does your feed look like? You know, who are you looking at?
Oh, that's a good question because it's true. It's absolutely true. I mean, I'm looking at people like I don't know if you know Ask Vin.
Ask Vin. Oh, the speaker, the
Oh,
orator.
he's
Yeah.
great at articulating. I look up to that.
Oh yeah.
I look up to a few other agents. I'm not really getting them. Their names not really coming to mind right now, but
Mm.
they have some very unique takes on their videos. I know one guy does like a speed run,
Oh, okay. Oh,
and yeah, you know,
yeah, I know.
he does like a speed run tour,
Yeah.
and he's like, guys, come to this house in 60 seconds. I'll show you. Oh, look at the toilet. And then he goes up. Like,
Yeah.
that is super creative. So I just see those kind of things. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to see what I can do. And if I find something I'm good at and I like, that will be the patent that I will then follow. And, but yeah, right now I'm just looking up to almost anyone that's has a decent following because right now I'm just trying to do my best and I'm just almost like replicating, copying,
Exactly.
but
That's what everyone says is like usually it's like replicate and then you can emulate it on your own. It's like you look up to someone and then you kind of replicate what they do and then eventually you can do it like as muscle memory and then you emulate your own taste on it. I've always seen how like great people have always said this kind of phrase like replicate then emulate it, replicate then emulate, and then it's what they do. I myself, I'm also following a few people as well that I want to replicate and then emulate later on. One person that I see often, or a few people, but like Alex Hormozy.
yeah, I knew you were gonna
Yeah,
say
Alex
that. I was
Hormozy,
gonna say that.
yeah,
Yeah, he's
great.
a good
I
one.
love him. I have all his books. I've read a lot of his posts, especially on Twitter. That's where I follow him a lot on.
Okay.
Instagram as well. But one thing that he always emphasizes a lot is volume. Volume negates luck. That's one of his greater sayings,
Ooh.
and it's what who he learned from in terms of social media was Grant Cardone.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, Grant Cardone.
it's crazy. He states this in his book, and he's just like, yeah, it's he learned it off of Grant Cardone, which is like I think he paid something like 100 grand for 1 hour of his time.
Oh my God.
Crazy stuff. Actually, no, he didn't pay for it. It was Layla who purchased it for him.
His wife?
Yeah, his
Yeah.
wife purchased 1 hour with Grant Cardone for like 100 grand.
Oh,
It could have. I remember it was like six figures. It could have been even more, but I think it was like 100
no, I
grand,
think you're right. I think.
something like that. And in that 1 hour, he basically just took like he's like, "All right, Alex, take out your phone," and he kind of just showed him like his Instagram, and he showed him like Grant Cardone's Instagram, like his own Instagram. So he was like, "You've posted twice or once today. I've posted 10 times today. That's the difference between us." And it's like it perfectly makes sense. It's like the person who can like constantly push stuff out of his social media factory will obviously get the most attention, right? And be able to direct things his way. So I'm also following him as well, Grant Cardone. Just see 10x, 10x everything. So it's just like you gotta get used to that. It's like, oh god, 10x. But yeah, I'm also looking at realtors as well, everyone from our office as well as local people in Ottawa. There's like a few people overseas. I call America overseas. Is that wrong?
I would say I don't know. Like when people say overseas, I think like outside of the continent. So I wouldn't. America wouldn't really come to mind, but
Yeah.
it's not. I mean, it's
Okay.
not like. It's like great. It's like It's like I mean, could be, but
Is America overseas? Post your answers in the
in the
chat.
in the comments, guys, is America overseas?
If you're a
Question.
Canadian, is America overseas?
I
Let
actually
us,
also want to hear the Americans respond too.
yeah, let us know. Are we overseas or are we local? What's going on?
But yeah, I really liked what you said about volume because I remember somebody saying, do so much volume, it is unreasonable for you to fail.
Yeah.
So I started that with calls. I said, look, if my conversion rate is 1%, I'm going to do so many calls that 1% is going to amount to what a top producer would do.
For sure.
And getting better will come over time.
Yeah.
And the more volume you do, the better you'll get.
Yeah.
So I think it's just about grinding right now. We're starting out. I mean, well, you're starting out. I'm going to be starting out soon, but
Of course.
that's honestly when we have to grind the most. We have the most time. We are the hungriest. We have the most to prove.
Of
It's
course.
now or never.
There it is. There it is. It's 100% facts. What do you tell people like all of us earlier on? What's your advice to them for making that hurdle from 0 calls to 1 call? What is your
Oh,
advice to them for
that
getting
hurt.
putting the first notch on the board?
Well, a wise man once said,
All right.
Kevin Feely, he said, well, he is wise, and he told me, don't think about it. You'll see the notes of what the lead has. You know, it might be something like, oh, that's a challenge. I don't know how to deal with this. Don't think about it because your script will only get you so far. It will guide you, but in between, you'll have to kind of go with the flow. So he's just like, just call them, just call them. I dial. And then while I'm dialing, I look at the notes. So I have my dopamine starts kicking. I'm like, okay, what's going on? And then honestly, I don't really stick to the script that much because it's just guiding me in a direction, but their reaction will change. And internally, I'll be saying whatever goes with the flow. So I mean, just dial. Like
Just dial.
if it messes up,
Yeah.
it messes up. There's so many leads in the world. Like if you think about it, how many people are gonna buy a house in the world?
A lot.
Almost everybody. So if there are 8 billion leads in the world, why can't you get 1,000? Why can't you get 100 in a year? There's 8 billion.
Yeah. What's stopping you? The only thing that's stopping you is you clicking that dial, right? So it's
Dial.
exactly, yeah. And just kind of handle as it goes. For me as well, it's like you gotta think less of it and just think of it as having a normal conversation and just jump in the cold water. Like
I like
that's all
that.
it is. You just gotta jump in the cold water. And so I was like, when I see those like people that talk a lot about like mindset and like motivation, what is your thoughts on that? Like you ever catch yourself, 4 a.m. watching those mindset motivation?
Yeah, it's like really late at night. I'm like doing push-ups. Is that 3 a.m.
Yeah,
motivation?
you ever
2
get
a.m.
one of
motivation?
those?
Oh yeah. I remember every night before I would go to bed, I would like look outside my window and
Yeah.
I just like stare out and be like, how do I grind? And the hardest part is to actually start doing it. It's so easy to get motivation, but to have discipline and do something every day is something I'm still trying to work on because discipline will beat motivation. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. There you go. Discipline is a brick by brick, whereas motivation is like kind of just like air, and it just goes up and it goes down. Whereas you got to put the bricks in sometimes, and that's where discipline is built.
Facts. I
Discipline.
built this
There you go. Brick by brick
brick by brick.
through iron and blood, guys.
I mean, guys, look, if you guys are at home and you're like, I need to hop on the game. I'm playing Xbox. I'm gaming. Oh, chips. Like, hello, lock in, grind. It's time to get rich. What are we doing?
Calls ain't gonna make themselves.
These won't make you money unless you're a pro gamer, which is probably not gonna happen. But if you grind and you dedicate that time, you are gonna make it. If you believe in yourself, that's all you need.
For sure. There you go. I've always had, you feel that inkling when you wake up in the morning where it's like, it's another day. Got to get that grind in. And, we got to hit that first dial. Don't think about it. Don't sweat it. It's all good. Make those dials. Even if you're stumbling through it, make those dial. Don't be afraid. Life is just dials. That's all.
I love
You're
that.
just talking to people. That's it,
But
right?
even like in person, I mean, you don't even have to dial. You could door knock. You could have open houses. Like, tell me about the in person experiences too.
Yeah, different flavors, different strokes for different folks, right? You guys do what you gotta do. Get those leads
I mean,
proper.
you've done open houses. How were those?
It's actually interesting. You don't know what's gonna come through the door in open houses. There's open houses days where I've had like almost 15, 20 people, and there's
Oh,
days where it's like no one in, you know? And yeah, it's like you're just actually just having a conversation. That's it. Like you're just having a conversation, and like there's no like general script for open houses. There's more just like, welcome to this open house. Let me take you around, kind of get to know them and whatnot. So I've had some, good experiences, and I've had some rather odd ones. You notice that a lot of the times that in open houses they're accompanied, by a fellow realtor. So
oh, the realtors at the open house.
yeah, they come with them.
Oh, they protect the lead, man. That's
Yeah.
tough. Okay, how do you navigate that?
It's really interesting because the client normally, or the person who's interested in buying the place, normally asks you questions, and like you try to be courteous and you try to answer to them, but at the same time you want to be respectful of the other agent.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta just
Yeah.
let me talk to your client. Hold on, let me talk. You don't want to be like that, right? You
Yeah.
kind of just want to address the room as a whole, but like everyone's kind of, or the buyer's the one that's asking you questions. So you're just like, that's a great question, Mr. Buyer. Let me explain it for everyone. Kind of like the teacher, when you ask the teacher a class, he's like, this person asked a great question. Let me explain it for everyone. You gotta have to do it like that. So that's been my experience, where it kind of just like you're just kind of answering questions generally. They're good people more times than not, and other agents more times than not, if they're coming with their lead to the open house, like they're a good agent, because like bad agents wouldn't take time out of their day to take you to an open house. It'd be like, either I'll book you like a private time, or it'd be like, yo, like why are we wasting our time, sort of thing. So it's generally a good thing if they're there, and they're pretty respectful people as well, in my experience so far.
That's great.
Yeah, man. Are you ever going to participate in one of my open houses?
One of your open houses?
Yeah.
I would love to. I mean, like, hopefully it's not too far from like where I'm from,
Uh,
but I mean, if you're doing one, I'll come and help you. I mean, we could do some content
let's
and
go.
some stuff.
Let's
I'd like
go.
to learn, shadow you. I'm sure
Shadow.
I've got a lot to learn. So.
Hey, man. It wasn't too long since I was shadowing Dean. Oh, no, sorry, it was Poonam that I shadowed for her
Oh,
open house.
I would say Poonam is the number one open house agent on the team, man.
Oh, she's great.
I'd say that.
She is great. She has class, she has preparation, organization, everything. She was just over here with like snacks, little cute
Oh
gifts and
yeah.
whatnot. She has like music playing in the background. She like 11 out of 10 for her open house. I was like, that's the standard I have to meet, bro. She is amazing. And the way she deals with people, you can tell, she's got a lot of experience. She's very brave, and she's like very strong-hearted as well. So I was like, yo, like it's been an experience, and I try to like replicate how she did her open houses. I don't got snacks in my open houses. If y'all coming for some cookies or something, don't. Come to the open house, but don't come for cookies because it's not there.
You bring the smile and the good vibes, bro. That's what we need.
There you go. I'll bring a smile, and I'll bring you a solid, firm handshake, and then welcome to my open house. That's what you get.
I mean, snacks are only gonna get you so far, but if you can make somebody smile, they're gonna feel happy for the rest of the day.
There you go.
It's better than that little instant gratification. So, I mean,
And then imagine you sell them a house too.
yeah.
It's like boom, two in one. You came, you saw my smile, and you got a house. Let's go.
And maybe you give them the cookie after
And then
once they buy the house.
there you go, a closing gift. Yeah, here's a cookie, baked by yours truly. I can't bake.
Can't bake.
Can't bake. Can you bake?
I mean, I can follow a recipe. When it comes to cooking, I'm not, a pro chef. I don't have the pro techniques, but I can follow a recipe. Any standard dish, I got it. It's gonna taste pretty mid, but I can cook. I can cook. You know,
Okay, it's edible.
it's edible. I mean, are you cooking a lot? Because I know a lot of Asians just DoorDash because they don't have time. So I don't know.
I found in my real estate career so far that you're not gonna have a lot of time to cook. I like so far, like the times that I had, there's been times where I was like planning to cook or I was in the middle of cooking and there's like a client calls or like a listing agent or someone that you're working with calls or lawyer calls or like somebody calls, right? And like you gotta put everything down, but the stove is on and there's like a fire
Oh
going and it's like,
no.
oh my God. So I've kind of learned to think in weeks. So like
Okay.
yeah, so it kind of works like you plan your meals for the week and you cook it all in like one day where you like plan
Oh,
to cook
meal
everything.
prep.
Exactly, yeah. You would do like those like the gym bro meal
Yeah,
planning.
chicken and rice for the week, bro.
There you
I'm sure you
go.
got a better variety, but
I'm just sorry, no, it's actually
just chicken and
that.
rice.
Just
Where are
chicken
the
and
vegetables?
yeah, there's vegetables as
Okay.
well. But I'm saying like it's pretty standard stuff because it's like stuff that you can easily store and it doesn't get bad like 6 days after because like
Mm.
you're gonna be needing it all week. So things are like rice, chicken, like your beef and stuff like that, so on and so forth. You get those, you make yourself a big pot. You get yourself some chicken and some beef, and use that throughout the week, and then you're good. And yeah, that's kind of how I've been like functioning so far. Before it was kind of just like cook your meals like every day, kind of just prepare things, but then
Yeah,
you start to experience
yeah,
time crunch, and you also don't like earlier on, like at least where I'm at, you don't know exactly the full extent of the client's needs. So your client is a human as well, right? So they have like emotions. So what this means is that there will be times where they're unsure of things, and that means that they will have like emotional activities of someone who's unsure. So they'll constantly be calling you, constantly be like messaging you, and you kind of have to like give them time to like repeat things over and over again so that they can feel more safe in their decisions.
mm.
And what this does is that it kind of takes away your time from real work so that you suddenly become a therapist.
You think you're a therapist? I've heard this. Do you think real estate agents are therapists with commission?
Well, there are aspects of the job where you actually do become a therapist because your client more times than not he or she is spending an exorbitant amount of money, and it's the kind of money that would basically dictate a person's life. So it's something that either they're going to be paying off for the next 30 years or they've been saving up for the past 30 years. So it's like it's a pretty big expense. With such a large expense comes, a large emotional involvement. And so
Sure.
the clients, of course, are going to be very invested in this and they're going to be emotionally invested in this. And there are times where, you kind of have to control the inflow and outflow of their emotions. And so it requires you to sit with them, talk with them for a very long time, kind of go back and forth, kind of have, the recipe for when they have a moment of despair, so to speak, or things don't go their way. So you're kind of required to be as emotionally mature as possible so that you can kind of steady the rocking boat. So in a sense, yeah, you're kind of a therapist.
I like that answer. I mean, I'm sure a lot of jobs too, like
Yeah.
police officers and firefighters,
Oh, for
when they
sure.
save people,
Oh, for sure.
they're going through it. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you're also doing good. So, yeah.
Hey man, I'm trying my best, and also learning a ton. I'm learning a ton, and I myself, of course, I'm also asking a lot of questions, to those above me.
Grow or die. You
There you
know,
go.
you know what it is.
There you go. It's grow or die. So you're constantly yourself. You're constantly expanding, and with expansion, with growth comes stress. So like you're stressing yourself, but of course you gotta be strengthened for this. Iron builds iron. Champions
Mm.
are forged. They're built, and they're not born. Right? They're Arnold Schwarzenegger's. He says that champions are not born. They're built. through iron and through sweat, right?
I love that.
So
That's
it's
a hard quote, bro.
yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger, man, hard stuff. But I agree with him, and it's that you're only as good as the work that you're willing to put in, and you're only going to reach as high as a ladder you can build. So you're not going to get anywhere unless you can build a bridge or a ladder that will take you there. So that's what I'm doing. I'm pushing myself. I'm trying to be my own therapist as well. Of course, I'm thinking through my things. I'm like, listen, man, you got this. You know, you keep doing this and you're good. And so that's what I'm going to keep doing.
So what's the end goal? Because you want to build a tall ladder, I'm sure. So
Oh, yeah.
where are you trying to go with this?
So I actually, right now is really early in my career, and there's no exact direction for my trip. But of course, I do have personal goals. I want to sell. Well, I want like you ever heard the road to 100? You ever heard anything like that?
Is that for real estate?
Well, no, it's for like life in general. Like I see it like in motivational self-help books. I see it in like I guess like more mental training, I guess, where it's like do 100 reps of something and then you'll be good.
To look for 100 deals?
Yeah, so exactly. It's like I want to be able to call myself a great agent, and for
Okay.
that, it would require you to do like 100 reps of what an agent does, which is to sell homes, right? So I want to do 100 of those, and then I can give myself the label of great agent, and I want to be the greatest.
I
Yes.
have to fight you for the title, man.
Hey man,
But
there's two seats here, bro. There's two
it's
seats
good
here.
competition. But I mean, so when you have these goals, what goal have you set for this year as
For
an
this
agent?
year. So for this year, well, I guess for this quarter, that's for this year that's ending. I have 6 properties to sell. So before the end of this year, I currently am at one, or at least
Okay.
I'm working on one that's currently
Well,
ending.
yeah,
So
pretty much one. But yeah, I mean,
yeah, so I mean that in itself, since I did start in August, and today is like what 2 and almost 3 months since, so it's a path. It's I'm mining. I'm mining. You know, we're trying to see how far I can get. But for 2026 in itself, that's kind of where the mindset is at. And that's the year that I want to really get going. So planning for over there. I feel bad luck if I say exact number that I've already planned
oh, you
for.
planned it?
I'm slightly yeah. I've had my 2026 plan already done. You know, I've sat down with a few bigger agents in the industry. Well,
Yeah.
at least in my industry, in my sphere. And I spoke with Kevin and Marlon, and I both got their insights. And yeah, I've gotten a roadmap for the year of what I want to accomplish, goals I want to reach, and basically how far I want to get and see how far I can push myself. So 2026, it's gonna be a big year, and yeah, it's gonna happen here in the Feely Group, man.
I like that because yeah, you're right, Kevin. He says the work you're doing now, most of it, it's for 2026.
Yeah,
So, I mean, yeah, if you start now, you'll definitely, get a head start at next year.
there you go.
And I'm sure you're gonna do great things. I mean, I'll be done around summertime, so I'll have about 6 months, and it's a little bit harder because a little bit like at the end of the season, but I'm hoping to pick up some good opportunities, and hopefully the social media game now is helping me out.
I think you're doing great, man. I think you're doing great.
I hope I can get at least one person. I said that was my goal. If I can get at least one person through social media, then it was worth it.
One sale.
If one deal, yeah, one deal.
Oh, you'll get plenty more.
Oh, I hope so.
Oh yeah, you
You
definitely.
think so?
I think so. Yeah.
I need to keep posting every day.
Oh
And
yeah.
if I do that, then twice a day. And if I can do twice a day, I'm in a good place. But for 2025, I think we're going to stick with once a day.
Sounds solid. That sounds solid. I mean, what do you like? Ideally speak, in an ideal world,
In an
Xavier.
ideal, I love
In
that
an
one.
ideal world, Xavier, how much content would you want to be producing per day? You just want to just be pushing content out there?
Honestly, there's no max number. If I could do 100 a day, I would do 100 a day, but I need a team. So a realistic but
Realistic, but
optimistic, yeah, a realistic but optimistic outlook would be at least 2 like short form real type contents and then some stories. But growing to about 4 a day would be amazing, because I see some accounts posting. I think you mentioned like Grant Cardone. Was he doing like 10 a day or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, the people posting I see sometimes even like 6 a day, 5 a day. A lot of them will do really bad, and mine will too. But if you post 6 a day, one of them in the day is gonna go viral, and that means if you can go viral every day by posting 6 a day, then that's the blueprint to follow.
Yeah.
So this is gonna make some good podcasts, because we had some good moments here today.
For sure.
So I'm hoping
Yeah.
to get some clips from here.
For sure, man. For sure. And where can everyone find your social media game? Where can they keep up with you?
Well, for this podcast, we'll have to look at my Instagram, Xavier Gilchrist, and Jabril's Instagram. You want to shout it out?
Yeah, you can just find it as Gura Jabril, so it'll just be my last name then first name. That's it.
Yeah, guys, we'll be tagged together on this reel. And I've also started a YouTube, Xavier Gilchrist, for the long form. And I'm starting Facebook, but I'm struggling. I mean, I'm using TikTok. That's fine. But Facebook is hard.
There's a lot of options and things to tweak on Facebook.
Like the interface is like, I feel like I'm too young for this. I mean, like it's all old people on Facebook. Like, no disrespect, but I mean, it's just I like my dad uses it and he's like, I don't have problems, and I'm like, but I don't know where the buttons are.
But that's the funny part. It's like you're dealing with a lot of older people on Facebook, but it's like, what's your ideal client?
But that's where the money's at. Facebook. That's what
Exactly.
I need to learn. Because the money's in Facebook
Exactly.
and Marketplace. I don't know. How's your luck been in Marketplace?
Oof, a lot of traffic there. You're gonna have to sift through things though. You have to sift through a lot of things on Marketplace, because I mean there's little to no requirements to get interactions with you. So if someone lists a property, all it takes is a Facebook account to just shoot them a message. So you get drowned very quickly. So it's kind of your job to sift through who's serious and who's not serious. But a very good place if you got a lot of properties, especially rentals, get a lot of action on Facebook Marketplace.
Have you had any good prospects yet?
I've had a few prospects that I went to showings, things were looking good, but it just never worked out.
Oh, from Facebook?
From Facebook.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's impressive.
Yeah.
That's good.
Even right now, oh God, like there's a lot of people there that are reaching out to me on Facebook. I just have not reached back out to, that I gotta sift through all at once. So Facebook itself, I recommend it. I think it's good. And once you get your license, you should definitely put out a few listings on there.
Oh, 100%. I mean, is there a way to automate it, would you say?
Oh yeah, there is. I've seen like Facebook automations like on Marketplace, and I know there's a tool called Single Key right now that a lot of like people use to like automate the passing of all the paperwork and everything like that. So that was someone recommended to me, but it's not coming to my head. Or I think we might have discussed it in one of the meetings. Someone brought
I think
it.
it was in the team meeting. Is it free?
Yeah, it's free. It's free.
Okay.
Yeah, and so you sign in and I think you put in your RICO number, and then like if you're an agent, you should be good to go. And then you just use it for your clients, and it should be fine. I myself haven't used it. I've set it up, and then it looked good, and then I was like, I should use this, and then I didn't, because it required me to like set up Facebook as well and kind of juggle it into there. It's definitely something I'm looking towards for using in the future.
Yeah, it just seems like a great tool. I mean,
Oh yeah, for sure.
so
Yeah, and so I believe someone on the team even said that they had great success with it.
I think that was Dean.
Was it Dean? It might have been.
I think he said that.
Potentially, yeah. So
I mean, but he's a top producer, so I wouldn't be surprised. But I definitely look up to Dean as well.
Yeah.
I want to, like you said, emulate. I want to emulate. I want to be like the top producer, and he works hard. And there's a lot of sacrifices I see agents making. It's a lot of work, especially at the start, and because you're chasing almost any lead. And I am a little bit nervous just because I won't be able to do everything I want as a social life. And I don't know how to juggle. How do you juggle the work-life balance?
6,
You're a bit
7.
6, 7. You want to hit one? All right, 3, 2, 1. 6, 7. That's funny, guys.
I just saw it tricked out. Sorry, you were saying you were afraid of what?
No, the work-life balance. How do you manage it? Because I'm afraid I won't be able to.
I'm still trying to learn as well. consistency in good habits, things such as like your exercise, your sunlight, your sleep, your diet, and all these sort of things. And I'm trying to take like more of a methodological methodical approach. There we
There
go.
we go.
That was
Let's
a
go.
food salad or word salad. But I'm trying to take a methodical approach to it. Trying to be more streamlined in the way that I kind of work. How earlier I was mentioning that like I'm trying to cook like once a week, and that like saves me time instead of cooking every day, and where it kind of just gets into problems, things like that. That I'm trying to like streamline so I can be more effective in like my work day. But like as we go forward, I'm learning newer and newer things. So I'd say right now it's under construction, my balance. But I'm seeing a lot of good people who have made their sort of work life balance that I want to emulate as well. Um, but yeah, that's under construction right now. Well, I mean, how's your work life balance as a student? I
Oh,
feel like it
as
could
a
be,
student,
yeah,
it's hard. Your friends are going out. You
yeah,
want to do things.
mm,
I mean, you're trying to study, but there's so many distractions, especially online. I'm struggling with all the distractions,
mm,
games, YouTube open. It's hard when it's just right there. And I mean, at least when I was in high school, I was working on the weekends, so I had practice, working, going to school. I didn't really do too much, but yeah, I mean, sometimes you just want to, just chill and you got to really just focus. But I mean, that's any university student. They're so packed,
oh,
so much studying to do,
yeah,
so I'm not too worried about now. I can somewhat manage,
yeah.
but I mean, how late are people calling you in the night? Like,
Oh,
that's the thing. I'm trying to go to bed. You're calling me. That's might have a problem.
you got calls at like 10 or 11 in the night, and like
Yeah.
you gotta pick up,
Oh,
man.
that's
You
hard.
got conditions ending by midnight, so you gotta pick up, man.
Oh my God. I'm trying to go to bed. Are you telling me I gotta pick it up at midnight?
You gotta pick it up at midnight, and then tomorrow you gotta be ready to pick it up at 7. So it definitely requires you to be constantly on go, night or day. But yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like it's kind of something that you're gonna have to adjust in this business, so to speak. So as a student right now, it's a bit rough, but it's still kind of balanced. But once you enter the industry, yeah.
Work cut out for me. Yeah.
Yep, yep. I remember when I was a student, in real estate, but also in engineering. I think it was like a lot more tougher in engineering because I was
Oh,
in.
100%. What do you mean, right? I
Yeah,
mean, you've done it. It's.
yeah. It was a little bit more tougher, and there was more of a requirement of your time and of your health.
Oh God, I saw the pictures. Have you seen the memes? Where it's like 1 year engineering student, 4 year.
Yeah, I literally grew a beard in the span of like 1 year in engineering. Like it ages you. It definitely ages you. But the stress over there versus like the type of stress that you deal with here is really different because I don't really know how to explain it. It's like the difference between like stagnant stress and like mobile stress. So like for example, you have a lot of like moving parts and like you feel stressed because you're trying to keep up with all the moving parts. Whereas the stress in like a stagnant one is like a very heavy stress. It's like a singular problem, but it's a very heavy problem. Whereas like in mobile stress, you have like very small problems, but there's a lot of them and they're constantly like flying like flies around your head. And so I find it kind of like real estate is like mobile stress, where it's like you're constantly dealing with things on the move and trying to keep up with a lot of like moving parts in your head. Whereas like back in engineering, it was like you're dealing with like singular, large, like granite blocks of stress. So like this made it a bit more rougher, whereas this one makes it more easier because you can catch your breath between like each one that you're trying to grab and deal with, and you send them back on their way. Kobe.
I mean, that's a good way to put it for sure. I mean, how would you say your engineering background has played a part? I mean, your skill set. How are you utilizing it?
Well, it's an entirely different skill set. I'll be honest here. It's like you're gonna be using very little of it. Um, Engineering requires you to sit in silence for a very long time. It requires you to kind of just be. You want to be anti-mobile, if anything. Like you want to keep as long periods of like unbroken silence as possible, so that you can solve complex problems. Whereas like sales, which real estate is a part of that industry, In sales, it's the complete opposite. You want to be on the go for as
Go, go,
long as
go.
possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. Like you want to have a hot engine 24/7, and like the more like active you can be, the better in sales. So I found like the pacing completely different, the thought processes, the methodics, everything of it is completely different, which has been interesting. Like it's really exciting because it's like you don't know what to expect, and you always have like something going on in the background. There's always like a clock running in your head. It's like something is running, and you got offers ending, conditions ending, things running constantly going on. So it's exciting. It's different, but it's exciting. Are you excited for things like that?
I mean, I'm excited for the future.
For the future.
I'm ready. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be challenging. It's gonna be tiring. I'm
Mm.
gonna feel all the emotions.
There you go.
But at the end of the day,
Hmm.
I really just have to take it day by day because
There you go.
I'm not a superhero. I'm not,
Hmm.
I don't have superpowers where I can just always be 100%. I'm going to have those days. Everybody has those days.
Yeah.
But it's about like David Goggins said, who are you on those days
There you go.
when, all hell breaks loose? You gotta, you feel like crap, you're sick, whatever. We don't have that kind of coverage, backup plan. You gotta still dial,
Hmm.
you gotta push through, you gotta persevere
Yeah.
because it's high risk, it's high reward.
There you go.
So as long as we work hard, we'll see the fruit of our labor
There you
come to
go.
life.
There you go. Well, that's it for me, man.
Well, yeah, I appreciate us doing this. It was great.
Appreciate you having me over. Appreciate,
Well, you
the
too.
viewers participating.
Thank you, everybody,
Thanks,
for
chat.
tuning in.
Thank you, everybody. So, yeah, man. When are we gonna meet again?
Man, we gotta do one next month. Like,
Hey,
I've got the clips, credits, Opus. Shout out.
shout out
We gotta,
Opus if you
yeah.
want to sponsor this.
This podcast,
This
DM us.
DM us
We'll,
if you want to sponsor this
yeah.
podcast.
Let's get more clips out, more volume. Let's do it.
There you go. Volume negates luck.
All right.
I appreciate everybody.